What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It is I, James, and baby girl, Miss Courtney. ReadoptionAgency.com, 22 years selling full-time on eBay. And if there was any body out there who was still hanging on to a myth that there's nothing wrong with the eBay website, if this video does not change your perception, you're just either totally in denial or there's no help for you. Because this is the type of stuff I've been dealing with on eBay for 2 years now. Yeah, he's got tons of windows open here. Good Lord. So I'm going to start off by saying I'm getting tons of comments on Facebook. I haven't checked YouTube yet, about how this weekend was the worst weekend for a lot of people, sale-wise. Hubcap Joe, Joseph, you might know him. I don't remember his YouTube name, Cabby, Crazy Cabby or something like that. He's like, he went, I think he said 12, 14 hours with no sales, and that never happens on the weekend or something to that effect. But that's just like one of many. So I'm curious to see how your weekend went, because let me tell you a story. So it appeared that there was problems going on with people not being able to bid on auctions. So the bidding process wasn't working. From like Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday for sure. And then there were some other things going on. If I start reading the comments, maybe I'll get refreshed. But there was clearly some website issues going on. So give you some context. Like Friday, I made it to $579. Saturday, $556. That's where I've been hanging for about 14 days in a row. The change from prior to that was there was no dips either way. I was not getting anywhere near my $900 days, and I was not having any of those $180 days that I had on October 8th. So I was riding 550 to 600 range. Now, if you don't know, if you were skeptical, didn't believe me, don't care, whatever, I should be doing $900 to $1,000 every day. And that's what I was doing before all these website issues started. So Saturday night, I wake up Sunday morning, I noticed there was a shutdown overnight. Saturday night, I want to say it was like midnight to 7, somewhere in there, about 7 hours. Nothing came through on eBay, so that indicates to me that there was kind of a shutdown. And then at 7 o'clock a.m., sales just started pouring in. I'm talking pouring in. I had $500 by, I want to say it was by 11 a.m. Sales and just pouring in. And then I ended up having a personal jacket I sold for $350 sell. Or it had sold, but they paid that morning, Saturday. So at, I want to say noon, 1 o'clock, I had like $850. By 4 o'clock, I had $1,005 at 4 p.m. So between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m., I had little over $1,000. Sales were just popping. Then it stopped. So I was getting several sales every hour between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Total of $1,005. And this is reminiscent of what's normal for me. That's what I'm used to before all these website server failures, literal server failures, system errors started happening on eBay. That was my day. At 4 o'clock, it stopped. Between 4 p.m. and 2 a.m., 2 a.m. is my midnight, because since I'm Central Time, I did a total of $120. So the extreme difference there, $1,000 in 9 to 5, so 8 to 4, 7 to 4, so what, 9 hours? And then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm missing, yeah, and so then about the next 10 hours, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? I think $120. So I ended the day with $1,127. Now, I'm totally happy I had that burst. But my point is the extreme, what the hell's going on? So I had this burst of normality while everybody else had a burst of what seemed like abnormal, even worse than what they should be doing. Two different levels again. I've touched on that before. Right now I'm sitting at 10 a.m. and I got $34. I've got 4 items to ship this morning. I was right at the break-even point for the last 30 days compared to the prior 30 days. Now I'm back down to 3% down. At least I made it past that 5% hump that seemed like has been jinxed. Like every time I got to 5, it always seemed like it pushed me back down to 15% down. I made it over that hump because of that splurge of sales yesterday. But this is the extreme screwed up system that is going on with eBay right now. So what I've been complaining about for the last 2 years, this is it. Somebody made a comment yesterday, iBuyChit, or whatever his name is, IBUYCHIT. Said, oh, even on this good day, you find something bad to say. And I'm like, well, you say bad, I say reality, because I've been dealing with this reality for 2 years. Because I said I don't feel it's going to last. I said, I'm going to enjoy the day because I know it's not going to last. And he had to make the point that, oh, even I'm having a good day, I've got to find a way to bring negative into it. And I'm like, no, it's not bad. It's just reality. And ding, 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 ding. Some of it, I know there's some egos out there who, for some reason or another, can't accept anything I say, whether that's jealousy, ignorance, I don't know, because you're not experiencing it. I don't know. I don't care. But this video, these numbers don't lie. You follow the numbers. You follow the patterns. If what happened this weekend don't sell you, and I haven't really been trying to sell you anyway, but it's not going to happen ever because you're in your own little bubble world and you can't accept reality around you. That's where I need to be right now. Good Lord. Maybe that's where I am, and that's the problem. My point is, if you don't see these extreme differences, and this is night and day of what's been going on for the last 2 years for me with this eBay site. I'm lucky enough to have such a big store that I notice the patterns. And a lot of people can't accept that who watch my videos out of, oh, I can't wait to see what he says today because he's an asshole or he's a negative and blah, blah. It's called reality. I feel like I don't know. I mean, I feel more vindicated these days than I did, say, 5 months ago, because there's more people out there opening their mouths on YouTube, which I'm grateful for, who's noticing it, who's saying it. to all these naysayers who try to throw shade on people's videos for talking about this stuff because they can't see it for one reason or another. I am thankful that there are other resellers who now see the issues, not just see the issues, but speak about the issues, because I'm not the only fish out here swimming alone in the world of YouTube trolls, if you will. But you don't go from yesterday at this time I was sitting at $500 to $600 to today I'm sitting at $34. Yesterday was an indication of how my store operates, how my items sell. So for anybody who always said that, oh, I sell crap, you have to sell good stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yesterday was pure throwback to the way my store performs, at least part of the day. My store performs when I'm not fighting the eBay website issues, whatever the hell's going on within their system, whatever the hell they're doing to their system. This kind of... Now you understand why I get so passionate and so verbal about it. I mean, how would you feel when you were always getting $1,000, $1,100 days, and then you're stuck with $550 days? My income has been cut in half because of these issues for the past 2 years. I'm hoping that this extreme, you seeing it, what happened this weekend, and I hope you felt it within your stores, and the people who give blowback is, and that it'll open up a few more eyeballs out there, because now maybe you guys will start talking about it too. And the louder we get, I'm gonna go check that eBay stock, because the other day when I checked it, they were like at the lowest point since like 2019, I believe it was. So, I mean, there's no way that this stock is going to go up after this next quarterly earnings come out. They're at 38.24, down 7.42 in the past 6 months. But yeah, they're down there right now, 38.24. 52-week low was 37.93. So they're right at that 52-week low. Maybe it was 2020 they were down there. Let's see, I'm pulling up, I guess that number was wrong. I'm pulling up a 27.58 in 2020. Yeah, 2020 was, so it didn't quite make it down that low. So why didn't I see that prior? I don't know why I didn't see that dip when I checked the other day. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. But anyway, it's low, and it's only going to go lower. Yet Amazon's up 2.26. Amazon's been acting weird for me in the sense that it's been treating me like I'm not suspended. Like I sold on Amazon for 8 years, and then they suspended me saying I was selling counterfeit items on CDs. And of course, with eBay or with Amazon, there's no way to say no. Well, what was the item? They wouldn't even tell me what the item was, because I don't sell counterfeit CDs, never have. And I've already gotten into theories of the two things I think that may have been. But the way it's been sending me emails, acting like I'm not suspended. So yesterday I went into my Amazon account, went into my seller account. It says it's deactivated, but I've got I had like 100,000 plus items still there. They were not being shown because the account's deactivated, but they're there. So I keep getting emails saying, oh, this has been taken down off Amazon. This has been taken down off Amazon. You know, you can no longer sell this item, etc. So yesterday I started going in, just deleting all those 100,000 deactivated listings. One reason, so I can stop getting those damn emails. But then it says to reactivate your account, click here and do these steps. I'm like, huh. Well, let me clean up this account and get it emptied and see if I can get it back open. I mean, it's been, what, 10 years? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they realized some of the accounts that they suspended were not for good enough reason or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's the way I'm kind of hoping, because it was an unfair situation in my eyes, because I know what I didn't do. And I've always been the person who hates being accused of something I didn't do. That like boils my beyond to no end. So today I'm gonna go back in and continue deleting those. As of yesterday, I think I had it down to about 70,000 from 100,000, because you can only do 250 at a time. And then they don't automatically delete. It's a slow process. So you have to skip and jump pages as you delete 250. It's a pain. So I'm gonna finish cleaning that out and see if I can get it done before vacation. And then submit the reactivation and see if it works. Because I'll start throwing stuff back on Amazon. Because this is just ridiculous. I mean, it is beyond ridiculous. Hey, at least I got $1,100 yesterday. But since I had so much sell yesterday and I shipped so much, my payout this morning for Saturday was $10. So, but I should have a good payout tomorrow. So that'll even it out. But yeah, $34 as of now compared to $500 this time yesterday. I'll stop. So messed up. I think why I just got so passionate about this topic today is because I'm tired of feeling like I'm losing my mind. Because after you hit so much for so long, I start questioning myself, going, maybe it's not, maybe it is me. Maybe it is my items. And then a day like yesterday just shows it's not my items. It's whatever the hell they're doing to the website, to the people being able to see our items. There's more to it than just me. There's more to it than just my items. And yesterday was a clear-cut, what's the word I'm looking for? Not resurgence, but kind of a resurgence of my original thoughts that it's not me, it's freaking the website. Redemption. That's the word I'm looking for. It's sickening. It's sickening to play games like this with people's lives. It is. It's sickening. They do not understand how much they're affecting people's lives. I mean, if I'm doing half of what I should be doing with 52,000 items, and then you guys with 2,000 items, you go days without any sales at all. It's sickening. It's sickening. When you used to get 3 to 10 a day, if you will. Let's see how many items sold yesterday. Take a look at the traffic report. And that wasn't even that many items yesterday. 55, more than it's been in quite a while. But I was used to, 70 to 100 a day. So I haven't done over 50 items in the last 30 days. My lowest day was 13. And it's sickening. It's now I understand why I made the videos the way I made them and stuff, just because it literally just making my stomach turn on the BS that we're having to deal with right now. All my numbers are back in the red. My search impressions by placement, top 20 search impressions, we were, I think, up close to 10%. Now we're down 5%. The rest of search impressions down 6%. Even non-search impressions are still down on top of that. Usually when the other two go down, that one goes up and vice versa, but they're all down right now. And this is the reality of the eBay website right now. So whatever they did Friday night, for my account, allowed it to take off, and for others, made it the worst weekend yet. So what the hell happened? What the hell are they doing to cause such two extremes? And we're back to that, like I said before, it seems like two separate entities are going on minimum on eBay. When I'm up here, a lot of people are down here, and vice versa. Let me look at the eBay detector thing and see if it was pinging higher than normal yesterday. They are indicating possible problems at eBay today. It does not look like it really pinged like crazy yesterday, but at 5:30 this morning, it started pinging like crazy. So from 5:30 this morning till now, it's pinging higher than it normally does. Can't bid on items. It just brings a blank bidding screen. So that was just yesterday. So even yesterday, we're still having problems bidding on items. Saved is not working. Trying to save product or items. Let's see what you guys are saying. James may have a subject for a video here. Is it true eBay charges full commission on a product even though it sells via offer at a lower price? For example, prices listed at 10, you sell it for 8, eBay charges commission on the 10, even though, I don't know. I've always wondered that, but I've never wondered it so much to look into it, because I would think that they legally can't do that. So I never really paid too close attention, but maybe I'll check into it. Can you look at this and confirm, or am I just looking at it wrong? I think what you might have to do is go in and look at something maybe a week older. Maybe it makes an adjustment if it looks that way. But I'll try to remember to check it out, because you would think that legally they cannot do that. I do know that, say you have everything that sells under $10 at 5%, and you have anything that sells over $10 at 10%, that even if you take an offer, it's charged 10%. I've seen that. Now, whether they go back in later and adjust it, I don't know. I had never seen an adjustment. But when it's originally, it takes the percentage from the original price and not that. So I'm curious to see if they take it from the full price before or the full price at the real, because you wouldn't think they would be able to take it from an amount it did not sell for. You would think that would be 100% illegal to do. I'll have to look into that. You got lucky. I had 0 sales yesterday. Sunday 0. It's 8:30 a.m. Monday. No sales overnight. Zilch. Yeah, I had nothing overnight. Like I said, I only got one of these 3 items has to go out today. The rest can wait if I wanted them to, which is sad. It's the same it was so dead all week, but Sunday I did more sales than I did in the whole week. I just can't believe my items suck during the week and are great on Sunday. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, since when? I mean, Sundays were always my best days, but that don't mean I was doing, 100% of my Saturday sales on Sunday. It wasn't 500 then 1,000. It would been like, 800, 900, 800, 900, 1,100. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's, now I hope more of you understand why I'm so, been so aggravated for the last 2 years dealing with this shit. Nice work, slow here. My weekend was slow. Yeah, dead. You did great. Oh, I don't know. I didn't do anything different. eBay did great for a few hours on Saturday. Fingers crossed you keep it going and you can eventually have a warehouse. I don't really want a warehouse. Not at this moment anyway. Agreed, brief open window. So somebody else had a nice open window too. Good stuff always sells. Remember that, folks. These are the kind of people I'm talking about who don't get it. They think that the stuff that I sell is lower than them so that it's not going to sell when they don't have any idea of my history. One sale in 24 hours. Great, not for me. One sale, but had other platform sales. One sale in 36 hours. Multitask AI James against number 22. Not sure what that is. Can't wait, it's going to be good. Oh, this new video I put up with Jan in it. Okay, figure that out. Okay. You are a good guy, James. Nice to see people helping others. I think all of us full-time sellers are struggling this year. Yesterday, heads up, can't print labels today. Yeah, that was another problem I've seen for the last couple of days, is trying to print labels on eBay, USPS labels. Apparently, Adrian didn't have any problem. Everything got shipped out. So we didn't have those issues, but I've saw several people having those issues. And that's what I think some people don't understand. Just because one group of people are affected by something doesn't mean there are, aren't affected that others are. I mean, I saw several people saying they can't print, but yet I didn't have that problem. But I'm not going to go around saying, oh, it's the items they sell, that's why they can't print their labels. Right? I mean, come on. So, people who don't experience certain things automatically think that the people who are just full of crap. Those people I have no respect for. None whatsoever. I have cut YouTube ties with people who think like that because it doesn't help the situation. It actually makes it worse. When you say that kind of stuff to people who are actually dealing with these issues, it's upsetting. And now, personally, me, I don't care as of this point. But when it upsets me more when I see it said to people who are experiencing this stuff. Like if I'm watching Josh's live and person A plays, BS verbiage in the thing, I get more upset about it because I know what Josh is feeling, if you will, because I feel it. I felt it. So I get more upset seeing that kind of what it might be doing to that person because I know what it did to me. And it just made me want to reach through the screen and grab their name and just crush it and throw them. Say, you're not alive no more. All right. It will lead to critiquing people's stores. This is funny. My new channel, the Sold Business. So I've got 2 videos made, one for Monday, one for Wednesday, coming out, already recorded, 7 p.m. Central Time. I've got them staged for premiere, so you can go there and have it notify you when it comes live. I'll try to remember, today is Monday. I'll try to remember to be there at 7 in the chat when it's premiering. So I put it on notify for me too, so maybe it'll pop up and tell me so I don't forget. But this is, gotta love people who project what they would do and think that other people would act the same way. It will lead to critiquing people's stores, even if you don't believe it will. What kind of thinking is that, really? You'll end up saying something like, oh, I've sold one of those for more money before. I think I could have gotten more for it. That's critiquing. So this person's already putting words in my mouth when they don't even know how I'm approaching a video because it's not even out yet. Gotta love that, right? That's people who project what they would do in a situation onto other people, thinking everybody's the same. That's the kind of like sickness that's going around the country nowadays, is where people expect everybody to think the same, like nobody can be an individual. You've got to think one way, a certain way, like everybody's supposedly came from the same cloth, if you will, walk the same roads of life. So everybody's got to act. That's just a sickness, in my opinion. I don't think they're trying to figure anything out. They're going to do what they do, and we will deal with it or not. It makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. But then you see, like, what happened this weekend? Like, what caused this situation? What did they do different Saturday night when they shut down that caused me and obviously other people to have an explosion of sales? And then the majority have the lowest of sales. And that's what I was talking about the other day, how it seems like there's 2 extremes, and I am on the minority side, it feels like. When I'm down, it seems like there's more people having good sales. And then when I'm up, it seems like there's more people having bad sales. And that could just be the connection I have with the people. You know, it could just be you guys are somehow all, are the ones that are here. And it just so happens to be that you're more on this side than this side. So whether it's 50-50 or it just feels that way is, of course, left up. You would need more data points to know that for sure. But I don't know. I kind of want to call in today and just say, hey, I need you to get a note to your upper management and to your IT upper management and tell them whatever they did Saturday night during the shutdown, and then give them the spiffy on. It allowed me to have normal sales for a set of hours, while it allowed other people who had extreme lows for another set of hours. For the same set of hours. So if they're trying to figure this out, whatever they did, this is what happened. This is the results of what happened. Kind of try to be nice and give them feedback from an outside perspective on. I think that might be one of the problems. Like, they make all these changes, but they don't see how it affects us sellers. It would be nice if they had contacts with bigger sellers to say, okay, we did XYZ. What happened with your store this weekend? Was it below normal? Was it above normal? What did you see that is different? Because anybody who's in the trenches And when I say big sellers, I'm not talking about like companies who have 17 employees who are running the, because they may not necessarily pay attention to the details that I pay attention to. Being a one-man show, mostly, do so much every day interacting with the website. People like that who spend 12 hours a day messing around on the website one way or another. Like, what did you see today? And then take their notes of what they did and the results that came from that and figure it out easier. But who knows what the hell's going on behind closed doors, so. You could be kind of one of those, you see like a scene from Airplane or something, where the building's on fire, nothing to see here, and everybody's jumping out the building and stuff. I kind of picture that going on behind the scenes at eBay. I have lost interest in listing, picking, even watching my favorite resellers. eBay has ruined it for me after 20 years. My store, I delisted all my items for a moment to think it's sad. Yeah, so your videos are okay. Your vids are okay, but have you considered getting a haircut? No. But thank you for asking. Thank you for your concern. But anyway, speaking on this last one here, I lost interest in picking and listing. Now, I can't do nothing about the picking part when it comes to cash flow. Because I can't, with good heart, say, hey, invest in yourself. See, before, if it was like, if you could pick what the problem was, say the economy. Say the economy is the only problem, and that's why sales are down. I would sit here and say, well, here's your opportunity. The economy's bad, to go out and start buying stuff because you're going to be able to get it super cheap. People are going to be needing money, so you can probably get a lot of stuff for a good price. And if you don't have that cash flow coming in yourself, invest in yourself. Use your stockpile of savings, use a credit card, whatever, to invest during the low times. So in the high times, you have the sales of explosion, the explosion of sales. But I can't give that kind of advice right now because we don't know if it's ever going to come back. If it was just the economy, we know the economy bounces back. When it's more than just the economy, I can't tell you if it's ever going to come back. And that is the sickening part of it. I mean, do I look at the flash of Sunday as, do I put it with the last 14, 15 days where my average has been pretty stable and up just a tad, right? And then all of a sudden I got this burst of sales. All right, do I throw that into the positive that I was at least stable, even though it was lower than it should be for so many days? But then you look at today. I heard one thing sell while I was talking, so what, we're at like maybe $40 now? Let's see. Oh, $89, $90. So $50 t-shirt sold. But the only way I can look at this going forward is what I have been trying to look at it lately is just keep listing. If you got the stuff listed, because you never know when you're going to have an explosion sales day. And the more stuff you have, the bigger the explosion is going to be. That's the only way. I mean, could you imagine if I had 24 hours of the site working the way it should? I would have had probably a $2,000 day. you know? So why can't my items be seen like they were seen yesterday for that period of time? Or is it something more than just being seen? Like if people can't bid, are there checkout issues going on? You know, or is there some other stuff too? But we can't answer those questions because honestly, I don't think eBay even knows those answers. Hence one reason why I try to share patterns. Because it's the only lifeline we got. The only hope we have, I guess, the only hope I have is watching out for these patterns. Because then you can adjust, you can try this, you can try that. When there's a pattern, you can build off a pattern. I did notice about the time everything cut off yesterday. That's when I started uploading my inventory that I had listed. And I said that before because it seems to appear in a pattern, and I'm not the only seller who's saying that. I think Amy and Dan said that also. That it seems like, because she was going to start putting her items up at a different time. It sometimes feels like when you start listing or you put out a bunch of listings, your sales just stop. I don't know if there's any merit to that. I know it. I've seen it over 5 times. I paid attention and noticed it, and other resellers have noticed it. So, is there something to that? And if so, how does that even make any sense? You know. But then you have sometimes where if you feel like your item's going to a black hole, where this weekend I was seeing items sell that I put up the day before. I honestly don't think it's a nut we're ever going to crack, to be honest with you. I think the patterns just appease me to give me something, even if they're false answers, right, to what the hell's going on, in order to keep driving forward. Because if you have no answers at all, or no way to build upon anything, it's like that person said. You just have no ambition to list, to source anything. Because it just freaking tanks you. So let's take this. I'm having a hard time saying take this burst of sales as a positive because so many people had their lowest. If everybody had a burst of sales this weekend, I could sit here and say, let's take this thing as a positive. Yes, there's light at the end of the tunnel. But if some of us had our extreme up while others had an extreme low, it just seems like the same thing as yesterday, only bigger. So, like, how do you build upon that? You know, selfish me can look at this and say, all right, you know, let's go. Keep listing because the next explosion day, I want to make it even bigger. But then, unfortunately, I try not to think selfish, excuse me. And so I have a hard time saying that, being people had their lowest. How about this? There was a change. Something changed. Somebody did something different and a different result became of it. That within itself is different than the past 15 days. I want you guys to go back to your performance page and look at your sales day on Sunday, October 8th. Let me know if that was an average day for you, an above average, or below average. Because that was a day, SiriusXM, that was a day I did $180. So that was my extreme low day, and that was a Sunday also. So if Sunday, October the 8th is the opposite of your Sunday, October 29th day, look at those 2 days. Were they the same? Take those 2 days alone. So yesterday, Sunday, October 29th, and Sunday, October 8th. For me, those were the extreme opposite days. Kind of like yesterday was between myself and some of you. And some of you versus some of you. So I'd be curious, if you had the extreme low yesterday, was your October 8th high? Let me know. That could be a pattern, depending on what you guys tell me. So tell me, was yesterday low or high, lower than normal, higher than the normal average, or average? And October 8th, was it lower than normal, higher than normal, or average? I want to see if you had that extreme. Like the Sundays between here and there were my average. But the one before was extremely low. The one after was extremely high. Do you guys fit that pattern in one way or another? If you guys can get me that information, I can jot it down, see if we got a pattern there. If I get enough information from you guys, I'm going to call that in and ask to speak to a head tech person and give them that information. Or at least try to get a note to that person. That's all we can do. From the outside looking in, that's all we can do is look for patterns, and then if we can't figure it out ourselves, at least I can pass those patterns on to the people actually working on the website. May do nothing, but hey, you got to hang on to hope. Sometimes that's all you got. Please be aware USPS experience issues at the moment. We apologize for any inconvenience and if affected. Here it is. Ask that you try again later. Well, let's see if I'm having the problem. This is the only one that has to go out today. I can always use pirate ship or stamps, so it will go out no matter what. Adrian, he never puts anything back. He went and he used some pens for his Halloween costume. Told him to make sure he put it back. I don't know if he put it back and just didn't put the drawer back or what. Let's see if I'm having problems. Maria. Whoops. Should use my green pen for that. Oh, that was a Southern Comfort, or Simply Southern shirt. Headed to North Carolina, sold for $11. All right. So I think what I'm going to do today is jump back on my organizing project. Unknown LC logo, sold for $7, headed to Florida. I'm going to jump back on my organizing project. Lewis. At least I feel like I'm doing something when I'm organizing. Something constructive for the future. Best of 80s Radio Rock. Headed up to Kansas City, sold for $6.50. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Chris. Dun, 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 dun. Jennifer Knapp. Headed to Colorado, sold for $4.20. Mary. All right, let's see if you're going to work. Prince Zalebos. Mine's working still. Mary. Chris. Lewis. Marie. All right, everybody. Well, make sure you subscribe to The Sold Business to check out the new video that premieres today. If you didn't have it, the Urban Picker channel, subscribe there. I put up a Jan video the other day. And if you want to join me on a live, The Reality of Reselling channel. Unless something comes up, I should be live today, being it's Monday. I try to go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And biggity bam. Biggity bam, that's who I am. All right, let's take it for what it is this weekend. Something different happened, good or bad. At least something different happened, which means something's going on behind the scenes. So they're at least not working on it. Yeah, I mean... It's the only way we can take it, I guess. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming to my event session. I needed that. I haven't had one in a while, so I felt good. as long as I can turn it into a positive for the rest of the day, then it was good. So I'm going to do that. Just keep chugging along. So, all right. Thanks, everybody, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.